Our fresh food data looks encouraging for the global fresh meat industry. In 2014, global meat consumption increased by 3% in volume terms and reached 225 million tons. Poultry remains the most popular meat in the world, accounting for 38% of overall meat volume. And it is also the most dynamic type of meat by performance in 2014. It increased by 4% in volume terms, followed by beef. And beef and veal actually was more dynamic in 2014 than in the previous years. This reverse of fortunes is explained by growing consumption in developing countries where consumers are able to afford to buy this more expensive type of meat. In fact, in China, the demand for beef and veal has been much stronger than demand for traditional pork. Global demand for fresh meat has been driven by emerging markets where growing prosperity and increasing populations are boosting demand for meat. Fastest developing regions in 2014 were Middle East and Africa, Eastern Europe and Asia Pacific. In these markets, growth in consumption correlates with improving incomes. At the same time, consumption of fresh meat further declined in Western Europe and showed negative performance in the United States of America. Consumers in these markets are concerned about health issues associated with high consumption of meat, and they're trying to drift away from eating a lot of meat and eating red meat in particular. We can see that consumers are switching to leaner meats, to poultry. Poultry, in fact, is the only category that performed well in many Western European markets, and also one of the categories which was dynamic in the United States. Another factor affecting consumption of fresh meat in developed countries is growing demand and growing interest in products that bring convenience and help consumers to save time in the kitchen. For example, processed meats such as chilled and frozen processed meats and ready meals based on meat are gaining popularity in Western Europe and North America, Australasia, and these products are gradually winning the share of the stomach. If we look at the United States, for example, consumption of fresh meat shrunk by nearly 5.5 kilograms over the period of 5 years from 2009 to 2014. At the same time, consumption of frozen processed poultry is on the rise. It increased by 10%. In volume terms, consumption of frozen processed red meat increased by 6%, and the consumption of ready meals, chilled ready meals, increased by 8%. This is confirmed by our packaged food data.